जीवन्मुक्तिप्रदं देवं क्षमापूर्णं जगद्गुरुं वन्दे परमहंसाख्यं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतं। जीवन्मुक्तिप्रदं देवं क्षमापूर्णं जगद्गुरुं वन्दे परमहंसाख्यं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतम्। आनन्दानुभवास्वादं सर्वरोगनिवारकं वन्दे पापविनाशक्तं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतम्। आनन्दानुभवास्वादं सर्वरोगनिवारकं वन्दे पापविनाशक्तं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतम्। नित्यमुक्तं निर्विकल्पं ध्यानलोकप्रदीपकम्।
ಪರಮಹಂಸ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದರು ನಮ್ಮ ಯುಗದ ಒಬ್ಬ ಅಭೂತಪೂರ್ವ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕ ಶಕ್ತಿ, ಅಂತಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕ ಸಮಾಜದ ಆಂದೋಲನದ ಸಂಸ್ಥಾಪಕರು, ಆಧುನಿಕ ವೈದಿಕ ನವೋದಯದ ಪ್ರಥಮ ಅನ್ವೇಷಕ, ಪವಿತ್ರ ಊರಾದ ತಿರುವಣ್ಣಾಮಲೈನಲ್ಲಿ ಜನ್ಮ ತಾಳಿದ ಒಬ್ಬ ಯೋಗಿ, ಕೆಚ್ಚೆದೆಯ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕ ಸಂಶೋಧಕ, ದೈವ ಶಕ್ತಿಯ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶಕ ಜ್ಯೋತಿ. ಪರಮಹಂಸ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದರು ಇಂದು ಪ್ರಾಚೀನ ರಹಸ್ಯಾರ್ಥ ಯೋಗ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದ ಪಥದಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಲಕ್ಷಾಂತರ ನಿಪುಣರಿಗೆ ಸ್ಫೂರ್ತಿದಾಯಕರಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕತೆಯ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದ ಸಂಶೋಧನಾಕಾರ, ಆತ್ಮ ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ಕಾರ ತೋರುವ ಗುರುಗಳು. ಅವರ ವಿವೇಕದ ಸಂಪತ್ತು, ಅವರ ನಗುವಿನ ಆ ಸಂತಸ ಹಾಗೂ ಅವರ ಅದ್ವಿತೀಯ ದೀಕ್ಷೆಯ ಶಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಪ್ರತಿ ವರ್ಷ ಪರಮಹಂಸ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದರು ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಾದ್ಯಂತ ಸುಮಾರು 1 ಕೋಟಿ ಜನರೊಡನೆ ಹಂಚಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈಗ ಪರಮಹಂಸ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದರು ಜೀವನ್ಮುಕ್ತಿಯ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಆನಂದಮಯ ಜೀವನಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಪರಿಹಾರಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತನಾಡಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮರೆಯಲಾರದ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕ ಅನುಭವವನ್ನು ಕೈಗೊಳ್ಳೋಣ ಬನ್ನಿ.
ಸರ್ವಧರ್ಮ ಪ್ರಣೇತಾರಂ ಸಚ್ಚಿದಾನಂದರೂಪಿಣಂ ವಂದೇ ಸನಾತನಂ ಪುಣ್ಯಂ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದಾಯ ಸ್ವಾಗತಂ. ವೇದ ವೇದಾಂತ ಸಂವೇದ್ಯಂ ದೇವದೇವಿ.
Nature is useless if life is not there. Life cannot be there if nature is not maintained. This verse has to be understood in 2 levels. See, the divine energies. In 1 level, it means the Vayu means the air energy, Varuna, water energy, Indra, the energy of all the gods. All the divine energies, they enrich our life. So be grateful to them. Give them back something. Your gratitude, your offerings. If you are grateful to the water energy, you will not pollute the river in which you are living. You will not pollute the hills. You will not destroy the forests. You will not be doing this rowdyistic air pollution. You will not be raising the temperature of the planet Earth. We will not be doing so many abusive things we are doing to the nature. Feeling grateful, respectful, and worshipping the nature keeps the nature happy, and the tuning is maintained. The gratitude which you feel towards the nature keeps the whole thing in tune. In 1 layer, please understand this. If you are worshipful towards the nature, nature continues to bless you. That is the way life is. This is 1 layer of meaning. So, don't cheat nature. Don't be a thief. If you rob nature, if you behave rowdyistically with the nature, it is nothing but committing suicide, global suicide. This is one layer of meaning you need to understand. Each experience you feel is a divine energy. When you don't do action, the divine energy naturally starts fading away. You are just a thief. Every divine quality you experience is divine energy. Understand this subtle level meaning. Each divine experience or the joy you feel, the ananda you feel, it's a divine energy. If you are not doing any action to give your respect back to that energy, you are stealing. Naturally, when you are stealing, that energy is not going to bless you continuously or stay with you. So understand, whenever any beautiful thing happens in you, visualize that goddess is entered into your being. She is there sitting in your being. Ananda Devi, Daya Devi, Prema Devi, Jnana Devi, Kriya Shakti entered into you. Now, the yajnas, the worship, the veneration, which will make that Devi, make that deity happy, make that goddess happy, make that energies happy, is your action, the actions you perform to strengthen that quality in you. For example, when you feel the compassion and love, if you just keep quiet and continue to do your own actions, then you are not respecting, you are not doing the yajna to make that energy stay with you, to make that energy bless you. You acting, expressing your compassion through seva makes that energy bless you, and that energy starts staying in you. The deity starts staying in you.
ಕಲ್ಪತರು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಕುಂಡಲಿನಿ ಜಾಗೃತಿಯ ಶಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಕಂಡುಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಕುಂಡಲಿನಿ ಎಂದರೇನು? ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ಮನುಷ್ಯನಲ್ಲೂ ಸುಪ್ತವಾಗಿ ಅಡಗಿರುವ ಅಸಾಧಾರಣ ಸಾಮರ್ಥ್ಯವೇ ಕುಂಡಲಿನಿ ಶಕ್ತಿ. ಒಬ್ಬ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಗುರುಗಳ ದೀಕ್ಷೆಯಿಂದ ಈ ಕುಂಡಲಿನಿ ಶಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಜಾಗೃತಗೊಳಿಸಬಹುದು. ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಕುಂಡಲಿನಿ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಜಾಗೃತಗೊಂಡರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನದ ಪ್ರತಿ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ಪರಿವರ್ತನೆ ತರುವ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಅದಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ಹಾಗೂ ಅದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಆರೋಗ್ಯ, ಸಂಪತ್ತು, ಯಶಸ್ಸು, ಸಂತೋಷಭರಿತ ಸಂಬಂಧಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕ ಜ್ಞಾನೋದಯವನ್ನು ತಂದುಕೊಡುತ್ತದೆ. ಧ್ಯಾನ ಹಾಗೂ ದೀಕ್ಷೆಗಳ ಶಕ್ತಿಯ ಬಳಕೆಯನ್ನು ಕಂಡುಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಕುಂಡಲಿನಿ ಜಾಗೃತಿಯ ಒಂದು ಇಣುಕು ನೋಟವನ್ನು ಕಲ್ಪತರು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಅನುಭವಿಸಿ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಭವಿಷ್ಯವನ್ನು ರೂಪಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಪ್ರತಿ ವಾರಾಂತ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ. ಸ್ಥಳ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಧ್ಯಾನಪೀಠ, ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ನಗರ, ಬಿಡದಿ, ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು.
When you don't make that experience into action, they don't stay with you. Same way, when you are depressed, when a depression attacks you, when the depression enters your being, if you don't cooperate with it, what is your cooperation? If you lie down, if you don't do any action and just go on brooding over, contemplating, then you are doing the yajna to keep the depression continuously with you. Not doing anything creatively and lying down is the yajna for depression. Understand, every experience happens in you is one energy, one divine energy, one goddess, one deity. When the compassion enters, if you start acting based on that compassion, serving, sharing, immediately that compassion energy becomes strong experience in you. When you experience bliss, ecstasy through the knowledge from the master or kriya from the master, some blessing from the master, immediately start acting action. What should be the action? Sharing it with the world. Sharing it with others. That is the yajna you do for me to permanently stay in you. Maximum 21 hours only any energy will give time for you. At this moment, if you have compassion, if you experience joy, if you experience gratitude towards the Master, 21 hours is the maximum time it will stay with you. Within that 21 hours, if you act it, if you support it with action, then you are doing the yajna for the deity to stay in you. If you are not doing the action, first thing, you are a thief. You steal, you don't give it back. Second, simply that energy will disappear from you. That's it. Sincerity should become action immediately. But if you are a disciple and you want to be helped, stand in the platforms and start selling. I can say that is the way you will learn Bhagavad Gita. You will learn the honesty, integrity and sincerity. I tell you, any emotion, any honesty, any sincerity which is not supported by the action within 21 hours will die down like a fire without firewood or any fuel. Not acting immediately and postponing is inviting the demon of depression or insincerity, ashraddha. But acting immediately on the honesty and sincerity is in doing the yajna for Shraddha Devi. Which one you want to do? You choose. Start the action to enrich your gratitude, your feeling connection. Go and stand in the Walmart stores outside, in the platforms, railway station platforms of India, or in the bus stands, in the bazaars, in the markets. Start selling Bhagavad Gita. You will see, you will learn Gita much better way. You will experience Gita in a deeper way. When the action happens, when the yajna happens, automatically the divine energies start staying in you. Planning for smart work and not doing hard work is the yajna you are doing for invoking the political devata in you. Go on planning for smart work. Never do even 1 inch. So understand, the divine energies that are cherished by you will grant you the experiences you long for. But surely the one who enjoys these experiences without fostering the divine energies by their actions is just a thief. If you have the feeling connection with the Master, then start doing the action, sacrifice, yajna for it, to keep that alive in you. What is the yajna? Giving that feeling connection to others also, sharing it with the world. When you do that, this experience becomes solid, stable experience in you.
ಓರ್ವ ಅವತಾರ ಪುರುಷರಿಂದ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನಕ್ಕೆ ದಿವ್ಯ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನ ನೇರವಾಗಿ ಬೇಕೇನು? ಪ್ರಸ್ತುತಪಡಿಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ಕರೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಪರಮಹಂಸರೊಡನೆ ಮುಖಾಮುಖಿ.
ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಹಿಯರ್.
ಇಡೀ ಜಗತ್ತಿಗೆ ಪರಮಹಂಸ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದರು ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಅಪೂರ್ವವಾದ ಹಾಗೂ ಅಸದೃಶವಾದ ಉಡುಗೊರೆಯನ್ನು ನೀಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
You got practically everything and too much for a phone call.
ಪ್ರತಿದಿನ ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ನಡೆಯುವ ಸತ್ಸಂಗದ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳಿಗೂ ನೇರವಾಗಿ ಉತ್ತರ ನೀಡಲು ಅವರು ಲಭ್ಯವಿರುವರು.
No, you ask anything you want in your life. Ask me any boon you want.
ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ 8 ಗಂಟೆಯ ನಂತರ +918027279999 ಗೆ ಕರೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿಯವರೊಂದಿಗೆ ಮಾತನಾಡುವ ಅದೃಷ್ಟ ನಿಮ್ಮದಾಗಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಹಾಗೂ ntv.nityananda.org ಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದರ ನೇರ ಪ್ರಸಾರವನ್ನು ವೀಕ್ಷಿಸಿ.
Those human beings who are filled with faith, who are devoid of calumny, it means slandering, not to slander others. Bhagavan gives us one of the highest spiritual virtue. Humanity suffers with a deep jealous and anger towards happy people. No, that's true. How can you be so happy? Because you are so happy, you attract many people around you and they are also happy. When both of you guys are happy, you may do so many things which we don't want. Fulfillment does not come by any physical activity or sexual activity. It comes in the tremendous restful awareness. Then naturally you attract all the people who want that restful awareness and raise them to that very awareness with restfulness. Basically humanity is unconscious and it cannot tolerate the happy people. No, really. So slandering, and one thing I want to tell you, once you slander happy people, you will never experience that quality in your life. That is one of the worst mental setup, because the moment you slander, your unconscious records it, and it will never ever allow you to have that same spiritual quality in your life. Over. It's the end point of your spiritual growth. That is why Bhagavan gives an important place for this one spiritual value. Devoid of calumny, not to slander. You slander sometime while you take wrong decisions. It's like you are supposed to be a sannyasi, but you get married. Naturally you feel suffocated with the life and you slander the wife. That's not right. It is your type. See, there are some people who have many patterns encouraging sannyas, but somehow one or two patterns which are not for sannyas. Because of that one or two patterns, they decide to get married. Then you should know very clearly you decide to get married because of that one or two patterns. So you should not be slandering the other person. So you should only work out properly that it is you who is responsible. You should not make your wife responsible. I used to tell that story, you see. Mother was waking up the son, saying that you have to go to school. The son says, no, I don't want to go to school. I have 3 reasons for it. 1, all kids hate me. Second, all teachers hate me. Third, I also hate them. I don't want to go to school. Mother says, I have 3 reasons you have to go to school. 1, you are 54. Second, you are the headmaster. Third, if you don't go, school can't run. If a student does not want to go to school, it's okay. But if the headmaster does not want to go, that is something seriously wrong. That is why Bhagavan is using the word, who practice in an uninterrupted manner. Next word Bhagavan is using, nityam anutishtanti manavaha. Don't miss even single day of your routine. I tell you, I started in slandering, went to the routine, but Bhagavan is also exactly coming there only. He says, divide of calumny, don't slander, and next instruction he gives is, practice in uninterrupted manner. Don't miss the routine even one day. The spiritual routine should be treated like a life breath. So don't miss the spiritual routine. Uninterrupted manner, the practice should be maintained. Else in the Vaishnavism they have the tradition. When you are in the body, you attend the ritual and puja and do the devotions and everything. The moment you leave the body, you will be given all the divine things and you continue your worship there. That's it. So don't interrupt your practice. Just 1 week not following can make me even lazy for 10 minutes. Then it is equivalent to making you lazy for 10 years. How the interrupting the spiritual practice can destroy the whole inner space you built for years. Uninterrupted manner of practice. Bhagavan gives 4 instructions in this sutra, filled with faith and trust. Divide of slandering habit. Practice uninterrupted way. Be in tune with my purpose, the ultimate purpose. You are liberated from all actions. It's like telling, if you have 100 ton sugar in your godown, you don't need to start accumulating sugar. If you have all these 4 qualities, then why do you need any actions? You are already liberated from all actions. Be filled with faith and trust. Be devoid of slandering quality. See, when you slander, you poison people. Don't do it. Never ever poison people about others. Interrupting the spiritual practice and slandering are the worst crimes for seekers. Don't allow that sin to happen in your life. Don't interrupt your spiritual routine. Like Bhagavan says, so uninterrupted spiritual practice and non-slandering naturally will make you realize the higher purpose. And you are liberated from all the karmas. Here the word karma bihi should be translated as unfulfilled, incomplete patterns. I don't even want to translate that word karma bihi as a duties or actions. I want to translate that word as unfulfilled and incomplete patterns.
ब्रह्ममुरारिसुरार्चितलिङ्गं निर्मलभाषितशोभितलिङ्गं जन्मज दुःखविनाशकलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि नित्यानन्दलिङ्गम्।
ॐ नमो भगवते रुद्राय नमस्ते रुद्रमन्यवपुतो दयिषवे नमः नमस्ते अस्तु धन्वने बाहुभ्यामुदते नमः या जयिषुः शिवतमा शिवं बभूव ते धनुः शिवा शरव्याया तव तया नो रुद्रमृडय या ते रुद्र शिवा तनोरघोरपापकाशिनी तया नस्तनुभाषन्तमया गिरिशन्ताभिजागशीः या विशृङ्गिरिशन्तहस्ते विभष्यस्तवे शिवाङ्गिरित्रतां गुरुमाहिगुं सेः पुरुषं जगते शिवेन वचसा त्वा गिरिशाच्छा वदामसि यथा नः सर्वमिज्जगदयक्ष्मगुं सुमना असत् अद्य वोचदधिभक्ता प्रथमो दैव्यो वृषगे अहीहश्च सर्वान् जम्बयन् सर्वाश्च यादुत्राण्यः असौ यस्ताम्रो बभ्रस्सु मङ्गलः ये चेमागुं रुद्रा अभितो दिक्षु श्रुता सहस्रशो वै शागुं हेडयीमहे असव्यो वसर्पति नीलग्रीवो विलोहितः